Hey everybody. A lot of people have asked me to do a follow-up video on the Micro PA50, and this is my attempt at doing so. To be honest, I have not been able to do a lot of um, work with it, activation-wise, but I'd figured I'd show you and answer a couple of questions that people have asked me on YouTube and Facebook on it. The operating frequency for this amp is 3.5 megahertz to 28.5 megahertz. So 80 through 10, which I think is more than enough for a lot of people. Protection wise for this amp, anything over 50 watts, it will shut off. It will buzz at you and shut off. And then you have to come in and click the function button for it to come back on. There's also a temperature feature on this amp. Anything above 35 degrees centigrade or 95 Fahrenheit, it will turn the fan on. The fan on will start automatically also when you begin QSO. So, and it will turn off 10 seconds after you stop your QSO or you start talking. So this is an actual protection. You have your air intakes on the front and the fan is in the rear. So like I said, if it does overheat, it will turn off the fan below 33 degrees centigrade or 91 Fahrenheit. Anything above 55 degrees centigrade or 131 Fahrenheit, it will buzz on and auto shut off. So it's full of protection, guys. The RF sense, a lot of people have asked me about the RF sense on this thing. So like I said, you don't have to run a cable to your radio. All you have to do is run a coax in, and then there's an output for your antenna. And that's all you need to do. It will sense automatically the RF coming in and adjust the frequency accordingly. The RF sensor has a 2 millisecond delay, and I think that's more than enough for any kind of workings that you have. There's also a protection for SWR over 2.0, so anything above 2.0 and it protects itself. There's also a voltage protection that if you run below 8.5 volts, it will shut off. Anything above 14.5, it will also shut off. I think the 8.5 volt minimum shut off is very good if you're running a lithium battery. So this will keep it happy, shall say. It also has polarity protection with a fuse. So if you make a mistake plugging it in, it will protect it. I mean, if you're not running power poles by now, you should. I mean, they are, I would say, the gold standard for any kind of ham radio rig. The frequency, the frequency display on it has minus plus error of 100 kilohertz. So I think that's pretty good. I mean, you're not going to use it as a frequency meter per se. You will pretty much be using it only to activate the low pass filter on it to make sure that you are operating within optimal specifications. Someone did ask me what kind of transistors this thing is running, and it is running two IRFs 530N. And these are capable of 70 watts. So I would say that this thing running on 50 watts is running very happy, not running overdriven on the transistors. These transistors are very cheap. Again, the India Romeo Foxtrot 530 November, IRF 530 November, and they're pretty cheap. I mean, you can get them on anywhere. From eBay or AliExpress or Mauser or DigiKey. You can get these pretty cheap and can get a bunch of them. But like I've said, with the amount of protections this thing has, I think you're going to be happy, and it's going to keep you safe. In this case, safe from making mistakes and overdriving it, and the sorts. All right, guys. I guess the next video will be, of course, operating this thing. I'm waiting for the weather to get a little bit better, to get out there and activate some POTA and put this thing, really through its paces, and get you a better idea of how this thing works. Like I said, on the bench, it's been working quite well. It does put out the power it's supposed to. It does protect against SWR, everything. And so I think this is a great little, addition to your QRP setup if you want that little extra power. All right, guys, keep the questions coming, and I'll try to answer them the best I can. CU3HY out.